So guys, uh, for those in the community that actually traded the SRP signal, is currently running massive profits. You can actually see, we're currently around judging from where the entry was and stop loss on that signal. It's currently around 12 plus, that's 12 to 1. Let's say 12 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Meaning that if you had placed $1,000 on this particular trade, you currently be up around $12,000 plus on this particular setup. This is not the kind of your usual setup, or the kind of trade setup that comes every day. So I was fortunate enough to be able to write this. I did not take profit at the initial placements where I at which I dropped it in the community. So I just had to just do that. So for those that took the signal, so they should just know where to just take profits. So since it's actually my trade, it's my setup. I have like more like the strong conviction of where I believe price is going to reach for and levels which I'm reaching, which I'm anticipating for price to get to. Stuff has been risk has been removed from this particular trade, and was able to take out partials from was able to take at least two partials from this trade. So I want to see, I want to allow the rest of the trade to run. So let's say maybe from now to maybe midnight or Sunday, as that's when this video is running. So see if it's going to get to the 2.7. I'd like to see price SRP get to 2.7. So this is where I'll be taking my final take profits. So currently from here to this point is around 12, 12 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So if your stop loss was actually $1,000, okay, let's just say $500. If the stop loss was actually just $500 on this particular trade, uh, it should currently be up around $6,000. Just within how long did this trade take? Let me see. Just within how long uh okay, so this particular high, let's say, wow, it's long. Oh, that's pretty for you. That's 8 hours. So I've been on system for this long. So that's around 8 hours, almost 9 hours now. So that's that. So that's in a day. So actually, this is actually a very very good trade. So it's not like something you can like find every single time. So I was able to call. I was fortunate enough to be able to uh call for the entry setup. Though I actually entered earlier than that. I think I entered around this level here, lower level here. But before I could like make the screenshot and send, it was around this level. So, but this was where I was anticipating for. But immediately start picking, I was able to just enter it, then manage the whole run. So, okay. I'll put on this. Yeah, that good. So, okay, this is not why we are here. We're here to talk about the indices, the Nasdaq. So this is what we're here to talk about. As you all know, this is a particular market which I trade professionally. This is my favorite uh, uh, okay, the markets which I fancy. Alright, wait a second. Okay. Okay, this is actually the particular market which I favor, which is my favorite. This is particular markets where you could, to me, in my opinion, you can easily find consistency. You can easily master this particular one, which is the E-mini Nasdaq, which is the E-mini Nasdaq, compared to the crypto whatever. But to me, in my opinion, favor the mini Nasdaq in the sense that it's the particular market where you can easily build a system, a proven system that works. You can easily find consistency. Uh, you can build mastery. You can gain mastery in this particular market. Hmm. Sorry, I think this is too much right there. So here we have on Wednesday, 22nd of October, which is a Trade this Wednesday. I called out to this particular level, which I said I'm anticipating for price to reach for this highs here. But before it takes out this high, I call there's some factors I wanted to be in place. There's some conditions I want price to meet before it was going to run to take out this high. In case you've not seen the video, you can just go back to watch the previous video which I dropped on Wednesday on this, which is on E-mini Nasdaq. I called for this vital liquidity, which is the previous weekly high, and also this Monday high and the Tuesday high, which is also previous session high, and also this previous Monday session high, which was formed on Tuesday of I think that was 21st, 20th, 21st, something like that. We can call it. So I give some conditions that I would like to see really before I'll be bullish or to take this particular trade. I said I would like to see price run into this level, run into this level to walk. I said I would like to see price walk this level up. I would like to see price come fill these shaded areas here. And what are these shaded areas? I explained earlier. I said these shaded areas are uh, comprised of your fair value gap, your daily fair value gap, your new week opening gap, your daily volume imbalances, your daily volume imbalance. And how do we get this? Starting from daily time frame charts. From the daily time frame chart, you can get this. If you go back to watch the video, you will see when I highlighted all this live. So I highlighted all this and give explanation and give reasons to it, to why or the whole logic to behind this. Why I believe price was going to come down to this level, and what I expect to see when it gets to this level. I also, not just when it gets to this level, then I start being bullish. And also, there are also some factors I still need to put into consideration. A system that still has to be in place for me to say, okay, this is now ready to start going high. I made mention of this in the previous video, which are, let's say, for example, I said I would like to see price take out sell side liquidity. When it gets into this level, I would like to see price take out some sell side liquidity before they run high, which is something as this, which is this level here. You could see this already marked out. That was what I paid attention to. And when did this form? It started on Thursday, 23rd of October, at the beginning of the New York AM session. So you could see 8:30, price ran to take out what the social liquidity of this level here. You don't pay attention to this. I think a student of mine mentioned, called my attention to this. Was like, oh, price is not respecting the levels you made mention of. Are we going to be bearish? Doesn't mean that we have to be bearish. But one thing I had to correct him and call his attention to was, since you're looking at this from a lower time frame, from a lower perspective, you need to go back. Since if you remember, we highlighted this from what a higher time from the high time frame chart, which is the daily. So you need to go back to the daily time frame charts and to verify to know what price is doing.
And
And
note,
note,
please
please
note,
note,
whenever
whenever
you
you
have a
have a
setup,
setup or
whenever you
whenever
have
you have
some
some
levels
levels
marked
marked
out,
out,
whenever you
whenever
have
you have
some
some
POIs,
POIs,
or
or
let's say
let's
be it a
be it a
setup or
setup or
whatsoever,
whatsoever,
if
if
that
that
particular
particular
setup is
setup is
formed on
formed
a
on a
particular
particular
time
time
frame,
frame, or a particular time frame,
if
if
that
that
time
time
frame
frame
was to
was to
be
be
4 hours,
4 hours,
don't go
don't go
to
to
make
make
sure
sure
never go
never go
to
to
lower
lower
time
time
frame
frame
to
to
find
find
invalidations,
invalidations,
because there
because
is a
there's
way
a
the
way the
mind
mind
actually
actually
tends to
tends to
like
like kind of like
put
put
fear,
fear,
instill
instill
fears,
fears
in
in
us,
us,
just
just
telling
start
you,
telling you,
I
I
think
think
this
this
is
is
going
going
to
to
fail, I
fail. I
think this
think
is
this
not
is
going
not going
to
to
go the
go
way
the
you
way you
plan.
plan. This
Tend to
tends to
happen
happen
whenever
whenever
you
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 come
come
down
down
to a
to a
lower
lower
time frame
time frame
chart. You
chart. You
come down
come
to a
down to
lower
a
time
lower
frame
time frame
chart
chart.
is
It's
going to
going to
give you
give you
another
another
different
different
view,
view,
another
another
different
different
perspective
perspective
of what
of what
price is
price is
doing.
doing.
If you
If you
find a
find a
setup,
setup,
if you
if you
find a
find a
valid
valid
if you
if you
get a
get a
particular
particular
information, a
information, a
particular
particular
data
data
on that
on that on a
particular
particular
time
time
frame,
frame,
please
please
work with
work
that
with that
time
time
frame.
frame.
Work with
Work with
that
that
particular
particular
time
time
frame.
frame.
Work
Work
with that
with that
particular
particular
time
time
frame.
frame.
So
So
if I
if I
go
go
to the
to the
daily
daily
time
time
frame
frame
chart, you
chart,
will
you will
see
see
we
we
have
have what's this is in our keywords.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
On the
On the
daily
daily
time frame
time frame
chart,
charts,
daily,
daily,
one
one
day
day we have,
you can
you can
see
see
we all
we
know
all know
price
price
has been
has been
what
what
has been
has been
bullish.
bullish.
Price has
Price
been
has been
bullish
bullish
for
for
days,
days,
for
for
weeks
weeks
now.
now.
So
So
since
since
the
the
trend
trend
is
is
what
what
is
is
a
a
bullish
bullish
trend,
trend,
I
we
want to
want to
see
see
what
what
or
or
want to be
want to be
trading
trading
in
in
what
what
in
in
line
line
with
with what
with
with with
that
that
trend.
trend. Make
Make sure
sure
as a
as a
trader
trader
you
you
never
never
find
find
yourself
yourself
trading
trading
against
against
a
a
trend,
trend,
except
except
maybe
maybe
you're just trying to you're just
you're
trying
just
to
trying to
just
just
get maybe
get
like
maybe
a
like a
short
short
scalp
scalp
or
or
whatsoever.
whatsoever.
But
But
make
make
sure
sure
on the
on the
long run,
long
make
run,
sure
make
you're
sure you're
always
always
trading
trading
in
in
line
line with what with the
with the
trend. Make
trend,
sure
not
you're not
swimming
swimming
against.
against.
It's more
It's more
like
like
you're
you're
trying not
trying
to
not to
swim
swim
against
against what
a
a
current,
current, let
or
or a trend
a
a
current.
current.
So
So
whenever you
whenever
have
you
a
have a
market
market
trend, make
trend, make
sure
sure
you're
you're
in
in
line
line
with
with
it.
it.
So
So
it
it
makes it
makes it
easier.
easier.
It
It
makes a
makes a
lot of
lot of
things.
things. It makes a
A lot of
lot of
things
things
go
go
in
in
line
line
with your
with your
analysis.
analysis. So
So because you
because
just
you
kind
just
of
kind of
have this
have this
kind of
kind of
more
external, more
like
like
this
this
external
external
force
force
just
just
pushing your
pushing your
trade
trade
in
in
line
line
with
with
what
what
that
that
particular
particular
direction.
direction.
So
So
that's why
that's
you
why
should
you
always
should
make
always
sure
make
you
sure you
always
always
trade
trade what
in
in
line
line
with
with what
in
in
trend
trend,
with
with whatever the market, whatever the market trend is.
and
And what has been the market trend is what
it has
it has
been
been
bullish.
bullish.
So
So
you can
you can
see
see
this.
this.
We
We
got to
got
these
to these
levels
levels
from
from
what
what
from
from
the
the
daily
daily
time
time
frame
frame
chart.
chart.
So
So
therefore,
therefore,
you
you
have to
have to
come
come
back to
back to that
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 particular
particular
daily
daily
time
time
frame
frame
chart
chart
to
to
check what
check what
price
price
has
has
been
been
doing,
doing,
and
and
you could
you
see
could see
what. What can
what
you
can you
notice
notice
here? You
here?
could
You could
see the
see the
Wednesday
Wednesday
opening
opening
above
above
here. This
here.
is
This
the
is the
opening,
opening,
and this
and
is
this
what
is
the
what the
closing.
closing.
And
And
opening
opening
and
and
what's
what's
closing.
closing.
What are
What
they
are they
respecting? They
respecting?
are
They are
respecting
respecting
what
what
these
these
levels.
levels.
You could
You could
see.
see. Don't pay
Pay
attention
attention
to
to
what
the
the
bodies,
bodies,
not
not
the
the
wick
wick
of
of
the
the
candlestick,
candlestick,
because the
because the
wicks are
wicks are
just there
just
to
there to
just do
just do
what
what
to
to
just do
just
the
do the
damage.
damage.
The
The
body of
body
the
of the
candle is
candle is
what
what
gives you the
gives you the
actual
actual
information,
information,
the
the
actual
actual
narrative
narrative
of
of
what
what
price is
price is
trying to
trying to
do.
do.
The
The
body,
body,
let me
let
repeat
me repeat
myself, the
myself, the
body of the
body of the
candle
candle
is
is
what
what
gives you
gives
the
you the
actual,
actual,
the
the
real
real
information of
information
what
of
price
what
is
price is
trying
trying
to,
or is actually trying to what
to
to
do,
do,
not
not
the
the
wick. The
weak. The
wick is
weak is
just there
just
to
there to
just
just
what?
what
Deceive
deceive
people or
people or
manipulate
manipulate
people, or
people,
to
or to
just
just
make people
make people
have a
have a
wrong
wrong
perspective of
perspective
what
of what
market
market
is
is
trying
trying
to
to
do,
do,
just to
just
just trick
trick
you
you
and
and
just
just
make out stop loss, stop points, and whatsoever. The wicks are just that's what the wick is there for. So the wick is just there to what? To just do what? The damage. But but the body, you could see the body respecting what the daily volume imbalance, the volume imbalance. I made mention that from the previous video which I dropped on this, I said whenever you have a fair value gap, and inside a fair value gap, if you have what a daily
daily,
volume imbalance inside of it as well,
you
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 highlight
highlight
it,
it,
you
you
highlight
highlight
everything
everything
all
all
together,
together,
you
you
incorporate
incorporate
everything
everything
all
all
together.
together.
And in
And in
this
this
particular
particular
situation,
situation,
in
in
this
this
particular
particular
case,
case,
we
we
have
have
the
the
fair
fair
value
value
gap,
gap,
we
we
have
have
the
the
daily
daily
volume
favor
daily
daily
volume
volume
imbalance,
imbalance,
and we
and we
also
also
have
have what the new week opening gap. We also have what the new week opening gap at this particular level. So it means that it is a strong what it is a strong support system.
So
So
you
you
could
could
see
see
now,
now,
you
you
could
could
see
see
this
this
now.
now.
If you
If you
look
look
at
at
this
this
from
from
what
what
I
I
believe
believe
he
he
didn't
didn't
see,
see,
he
he
was
was
not
not
paying
paying
attention
attention
to
to
this.
this.
So
So
whenever
whenever
you
you
have
have a
particular
particular data
data
drawn
drawn out,
out,
don't
don't
just
just
go
go
to the
to the
lower
lower
time
time
frame
frame
to
to
look
look
for
for
invalidation.
invalidation.
It
It
will
will
be
be
so
so
easy
easy
for you
for
to
you to
see
see
invalidations,
invalidations,
for
for
you
you
to
to
see
see
reasons
reasons
not to
not to
trust
trust that
that initial
initial
opinion
opinion
of
of
what
what
price
price
is
is
going
going
to
to
do.
do.
So
So
it's
it's
easy
easy
to
to
have
have
more
more
like
like
a
a
wrong
wrong
or
or
a
a
different
different
opinion
opinion
which is
which is
going
going
to
to
contradict
contradict
the
the
original
original
one
one
or
or
the
the
correct
correct
one
one
you
you
actually
actually
had
had
before.
before.
That is
That is
sometimes
sometimes you might
you
you
can
can
see
see
you
you
find
find
some
some
traders
traders
whereby
whereby
let's
let's
say
say
their
their
initial
initial
analysis
analysis
and
and
everything
everything was
bullish,
bullish,
and
and
they
they
believe
believe
it
it
was
was
going
going
to
to
be
be
bullish.
bullish.
They
They
enter
enter
the
the
trade,
trade,
and then
and
they
then they
start
start toggling,
checking
checking
for
for
other
that
things.
things.
Then
Then
they
they
see
see
some
some things.
things, maybe
Maybe
they
they
saw
saw
some
some
things
things
or
or
something
something
or
or
one
one
thing
thing
or
or
the
the
other
other
that
that so
that
that
start
start
giving
giving
them
them
the
a
a new
new
idea
idea
that
that
I
I
think
think
this
this
thing is
thing
no
is no
longer
longer
bullish
bullish
again.
again.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
bearish.
bearish.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
doing
doing
this.
this.
Or
Or
maybe
maybe
it's
it's
bearish.
bearish.
Let me close. Let
Let
me
me
close.
close.
So
So
immediately
immediately
they
they
close,
close
and
and
they
they
tend to
tend to
go
go
short in
short
that
in that
market.
market.
The
The
market
market
tends
tends
to
to what
take
take
them
them
out
out
and
and
go
go
what
what
continue
continue
to
to
what's
what's
bullish.
bullish.
Then they
Then they
start
start
regretting.
regretting.
If
If
I
I
had
had
known,
known,
I
I
would
would
have
have
what um,
uh,
um,
um,
stayed
stayed
true
true
to
to
what
what's
my
my
initial
initial
opinion
opinion
of the
of the
market.
market.
So
So
this
this
tends to
tends to
happen
happen
when whenever
whenever
you
you
have
have a
a
particular trade
trade idea,
idea, a particular trade idea,
and
and
when
when
the
the
trade
trade
idea
idea
manifested, the
manifested, the
particular
particular
time
time
frame
frame
where the
where the
trade
trade
idea
idea
manifested,
manifested,
don't
don't
look
look
for
for
invalidations
invalidations
on
on
lower
lower
time
time
frame
frame against
against that
that
particular
particular
idea.
idea.
So
So
take
take
note
note
of
of
that.
that.
We
We
have
have
okay,
okay,
this
this
is
is
this
this
the
the
body
body
respecting
respecting
what
what
the
the
daily
daily
volume
volume
imbalance.
imbalance.
Please, if
Please,
you
if
don't
you don't
understand
understand
how
how
I
I
did
did
this,
this,
you
you
could
could
just
just
go
go
to
to the
the lower.
lower.
You
You
could
could
just
just
go
go
to
to
the
the
previous
previous
video
video
which
which
I
I
dropped
dropped
to
to understand this,
which
which
is
is
which is this.
this.
So
So
the initial
the
target
target
was
was
what
what
this
this
was
was
previous
previous
weekly
weekly
high,
high,
or
or
which is
which
the
is
same
same
as
as
previous
previous
daily
daily
high
high
or
or
previous
previous
session
session
high.
high.
If
If
you
you
use
use
the
the
session
session
indicator
indicator
here,
here,
okay,
okay,
okay.
okay.
If
If
you
you
use
use
this,
this, let
let me
me
go
go
down
down
to
to
lower
lower
time
time
frame
frame
charts.
charts.
This is
This
the
is the
hourly
hourly
1 hour
1 hour
time
time frame
frame.
chart.
So
So
we
we
have
have
you could
you could
see
see
this
this
is
is
this
this
Asian
Asian
session
session
high,
high,
where you
where
have
you
the
have the
Sydney
Sydney
and the
and the Tokyo
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 session
session
high,
high,
and
and
also
also
the
the
this
this
I
I
made
made
mention. I
mention I
call
call
this
this
what
what
the
the
relative
relative
equal
equal
high.
high.
You don't
You
need
don't
to
need to
take my
take my
word
word
for
for
it.
it.
You
You
could
could
just
just
go
go
back
back
to
to
that
that
previous
previous
video.
video
So
to
listen
listen
to
to
what
what
I
I
said.
said,
Every
every
single
single
thing
thing
I
I
said.
said.
I
I
said
said
what
what
this
this
is
is
what
what
this
this
relative
relative
equal
equal
high.
high.
So
So
since
since
these
these
are
are
relative
relative
equal
equal
highs,
highs,
price
price
must
must
what
what
must
must
come
come
above
above
here
here
to what
to
to take
take
these
these
levels
levels
out.
out.
Must,
Must,
it
it
is
is
what
what
guaranteed.
guaranteed.
Though
Though
we
we
don't
don't
know
know
the
the
actual
actual
time,
time
the
or the
particular
particular
time
time
when
when
it's
it's
going
going
to
to
do
do
it.
it, I
Maybe
told
it
you
could
could
do
do
it
it
on
on that
Wednesday,
Wednesday,
we
we
could
could
do
do
it
it
on
on
Thursday,
Thursday,
we
we
could
could
do
do
it
it
on
on
Friday, we
Friday, we
could do
could
it
do it
next
next
week.
week.
But
But
that is what it's going to do.
do.
So
So
your
your
job
job
is
is
to
to
just
just
be
be
active,
active,
is to
to
just
just
stay
stay
sharp,
sharp,
is
to
to just
just
be
be
present
present
when it's
when it's
going
going
to
to
what
what
when
when
it's
it's
going
going
to
to
be
be
doing
doing
it,
it,
when it's
when it's
going to
going
be
to be
taking
taking
it
it
out.
out, when
So you
so you
just
just
make
make
sure
sure
you
you
what you
you
participate
participate
in
in
it
it
and
and
what
what
make
make
money
money and
make
make
good
good
money
money
off
off
of
of
it.
it.
So
So
Fast
fast
forward,
forward,
we
we
have
have 15 minute time frame charts.
Okay, you
Okay,
could
you can
see
see
this
this
15
15 minute
minute
time
time
frame
charts.
charts.
We
We
have
have
this
this
is
is the
sell
sell
side
side
liquidity that
liquidity that
was
was
taken
taken
out.
out.
This
This
sell
sell
side
side
liquidity
liquidity
is
is
also
also
what
what
is
is
also
also
a previous
a
previous
previous
session
session
high,
high,
which
which
is
is
what
what
the
the Asian
a previous
previous
session
session
low
low
rather,
rather,
a
the
previous
previous
session
session
low,
low,
which
which
is
is
also
also
what
what
the
the Asian
Asian low,
low,
and they
and they
took
took
out
out
for
for
this
this
sell
sell
side
side
liquidity
liquidity
at
at
Thursday
Thursday
at the
at the
start
start
of
of
what
what
the
the
New
New
York
York
AM
AM
session
session
around
around
8:30,
8:30,
prior
prior
to
to
what
what
8:30.
8:30.
They
They
took
took
out
out
for
for
this
this
sell
sell
side
side
liquidity.
liquidity.
After
After
this
this
sell
sell
side
side
liquidity
liquidity
was
was
raided,
raided,
what did
what
they
did they
do?
do?
Start
Start
pushing
pushing
price
price
higher.
higher.
After
After
pushing
pushing
price
price
higher, you
higher,
could
we could
see
see
how
how
price.
price.
Oh,
Okay,
let me
let me
remove
remove
this.
this.
We
We
could
could
see
see
how
how
price
price
was
was
before
before
this
this
sell
sell
side
side
liquidity
liquidity
was
was
taken
taken
out.
out.
Before
Before
this
this
sell
sell
side
side
liquidity
liquidity
was
was
taken
taken
out,
out,
what's the
was the
swing
swing
high
high
we
we
have
have
here?
here?
This
This
is
is
what
what
this.
this.
Pay
Pay
attention
attention.
this
This
particular
particular
swing
swing
high.
high.
So
So
if
if
you've
you've
been
been
my
my
student or
student or
if
if
you've
you've
been
been
following
following
me
me up
for
for
like
like a while now, so you should understand this. You should, in fact, you should understand one particular setup which I trade almost every single time. You know this already, so you should be very, very familiar with this. I taught this around, I think around July, August.
Very
Very
much
much
free
free
to
to
everybody
everybody
that
that
participated
participated in
in
the
the class.
class.
So
So
you
you
should
should
understand
understand
this
this
particular
particular
setup. We
setup.
have
Yeah,
this
this is
15
15
minute
minute
time
time
of
of
charts.
chats.
We
We
have
have
this
this
sell
sell
side
side
equity
equity
was
was
taken
taken
out.
out.
You
You
can
can
see
see
price
price
expanding
expanding
higher
higher
above,
above,
or
or
you
you
can
could
see
see
the
the
strength
strength
at
at
which it
which it
broke
broke
through
through
what
that same
that same
new week
opening
opening
gap,
gap,
more
more
like a
like a
rebalance
rebalance
of
of
it,
it,
reclaiming
reclaiming
it.
it.
And what
What
went
went
I
I
came
came
here
here
to
to
what
what
fill
fill
up
up
what
what this
this imbalance,
imbalance,
this
this
fair value
fair
gap,
gap
15
15
minute
minute
time
time
of
of
chart,
chat,
which
which
is
is
what
what
this
this
could
could
also be
also be
referred
referred
to
to
as
as
what
what as
a
a
BB,
BB,
as
as
a
a
BB.
BB.
So
So
and
and
then
then
what
what
start
start
pushing
pushing
what
what
higher.
higher.
See
See
this
this
start
start
pushing
pushing
higher
higher
to
to
take
take
out
out
what
what
the
the
buy
buy
side
side
liquidity
liquidity
which
which I
outlined
outlined
on
on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Exactly
Exactly
how I
how I
said
said
it
it
was
was
going
going
to
to
happen.
happen.
What did
What
it
did it
do?
do?
Came
Came
down,
down,
walked
walked
this
this
level
level
up.
up.
Was
Was
after
after
it
it
was
was
done
done
with
with
this
this
level,
level,
took
took
out
out
what
what
this
this
soul
whole
swing
swing
here
here
to
to
what
what
take
take
out
out
sell
sell
side
side
liquidity
liquidity
and
and
this.
this.
You can
You can
see
see
this
this
whole
whole
movement
movement
here
here
where
where
price
price
as
as
at
at
Monday,
Monday,
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
price
price
on
on
Wednesday,
Wednesday,
it
it
was
was
not
not
making
making
sense.
sense.
So
So
this
this
particular
particular
condition
condition
here
here
was
was
is
is
more
more
like
like
where
where
price is
price is
just
just
kind of
kind of
like
like
consolidating,
consolidating,
just
just
moving
moving a
not
not
making
making
sense.
sense.
This
This
kind of
kind of
situation you
situation you
just
just
tend
tend
to
to
is more
is more
like
like a
situation
situation
that
that
tend
tends
to
to
test
test
your
your
ability as
ability
a
as a
trader
trader
and
and
punishes
punishes
the amateur
amateur
traders
traders
that
that
tend
tend
to
to
want
want
to be
to be
trading
trading
any
any
market
market
condition
condition
they
they
tend to
tend to
find
find
themselves
themselves
in.
in.
These are
These
people
are people
that are
that are
just so
just so
eager
eager
to
to
always
always
want to
want to
make
make
money.
money.
The
The
traders that
traders
are
that are
always
always
impatient
impatient
and
and
whatsoever.
whatsoever.
So
So traders,
traders
these are
that
traders that
tend
tend
to
to
trade
trade
without
without
proper
proper
logic
logic
or
or
understanding
understanding
or
or
without a
without a
structure
structure
and
and
always want
always
to
want to
make
make
money.
money.
So
So
this
this
random
random
movement
movement
is
is
where
where
it
it
was
was
so
so
choppy,
choppy,
which
which
I
I
made
made
mention.
mention.
Is
It's
the kind of conditions that
conditions
is
that
set
is
to
set to
just
just
tend to
tend to
just
just
that is
that is
tend to
tend to
take
take
away
away
their
their
money,
money. It
just tend
just
to
tend to
just
just
what
what
make
make
them
them
lose
lose
money,
money,
blue
blue
accounts
accounts
and
and
whatsoever.
whatsoever.
So
So
I
I
made
made it I
explain
explained
to
to
you
you
guys
guys
that
that
at
at
this
this
particular
particular
point in
point in
time
time
is
is
where you
where
need
you
to
need
be
to be
patient
patient
and
and
wait
wait
for
for
market
markets
to
to
show
show
its
its
hand
hand
to
to
you,
you
or
and
wait
wait
for
for
market
market
to
to
give
give
a
a
clear
clear
view,
view,
a
a
clear
clear
understanding,
understanding,
clear
clear
information
information
where
where
you
you
can
can
read
read
or
and
where
where
you
you
can
can
work
work
with.
with.
So
So
which is
which is
something
something
as
as
this.
this. I
Maybe
maybe
we
you
can
can
just
just
go
go
back
back
to
to
what
what
the
the
previous
previous
video
video
to
to
just
just
um,
um,
listen to
listen to
everything I
everything I
said,
said,
which was
which is
sell side
sell-side
equity,
equity,
structure,
structure,
fair
fair
value
value
gap.
gap.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
I
I
entered
entered
this
this
particular
particular
trade.
trade.
Uh, where
Where did I enter it? Let's see.
trying to
Trying to
see.
see.
Okay,
Okay,
of
of
the
the
three we
three
have
we
here.
have. Okay,
That
that
one's
one's
still
still there.
there.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if
if
you
you
can
can
network.
network. So
So why
why
we
we have
have
this
this
fair
fair
valuation
variation
gap
gap
formed.
formed.
It
It
was
was
filled
filled
around
around
the
the
10:15 a.m. 10:15
10:15
a.m.
a.m.
Uh,
The
10:15
10:15
a.m.
a.m.
New York 10:15
10:15
New
New
York
York
session.
session.
That's
That's
New
New
York
York
AM
AM
session.
session.
So
So
at
at
10:15,
10:15,
you
we
could
could
see
see
gap
gap
trade
trade
into what
into
into this
this
gap
gap.
to
So
what
what
then
then
start
start
going
going
higher.
higher.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
think I have
that's
something.
right.
Okay, you can see.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
this
this
is
is
it.
it. Yeah.
I did
I did
not
not
use
use
this.
this.
I was
I was
not
not
able
able
to
to
get.
get.
I
I
could
could
not
not
get
get
in
in
here
here
because it
because
was
it was
very
very
fast.
fast.
Wanted
Wanted
to
to
trade
trade
using
using
the
the
15
15
minute
minute
time
time
of
of
charts,
charts,
but
but
I
I
was
was
not
not
opportune
opportune
to
to
get
get
in
in
here.
here.
I
I
needed
needed
more
more
confirmation.
confirmation. to be sure.
And
And
I
I
could
could
say
say
price
price
gave me
gave
an
me an
opportunity
opportunity
to
to
use
use
what?
what
To
to
use
use
an
an
order
order
block.
block.
This
This
is
is
an
an
OB.
OB.
The
The
order
order
block is
block is
not
not
really
really
something
something
I
I
really
really
use
use
that
that
much,
much,
but
but at this point in time, it's something I have to trust. Since we already have what
fair
fair
value
value
gap
gap
that
that
got
got
respected.
respected,
It
it
traded
traded
into
into
this
this
gap
gap
once,
once, respecting
respecting
what
what
the
the midpoint
midpoint of this gap,
which is
which is
also
also
what
what
a
a
clear
clear
sign.
sign.
So I
So I
still
still
needed
needed
more
more
confirmation
confirmation
to
to actually
to
to be
be able
able
to
to
trade
trade
through
through
trade believe
believing
to
to
buy
buy
the
the
idea
idea
that
that
okay,
okay,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
really
really
going
going
to
to
get
get
to
to
those
those
levels.
levels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
could
could
see
see
entry
entry
was
was
around
around
this
this
other
other
block
block
here,
here,
immediately
immediately
got
got
into
into
this
this
level.
level here.
Although
Although
it
it
was
was
not
not
really
really
that
that
fast,
fast, unlike
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 how
how
unlike
unlike
how
how
the
the
this
this
particular
particular
kind of
kind of
market,
market,
the
the
Nasdaq
Nasdaq
kind
kind
of
of
trade.
trade.
Nasdaq
Nasdaq
is
is
a
a
kind of
kind of
market
market
that
that
does
does
not
not
waste
waste
time.
time.
It's always
It's always very
straight
straight
to the
to the
point.
point.
Though I
Though I
just
just
tend
tend
to
to
hold
hold
it
it
because
because we
we had a
had a
red
red
calendar
calendar
event
event
on
on
Friday,
Friday,
which was
which
the
was the
CPI
CPI
and
and
PMI,
PMI, the
CPI
CPI
and
and
PMI,
PMI,
which
which
is
is
the
the
manufacturing,
manufacturing,
blah
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 blah.
blah.
So
So
I
I
believe they
believe they
wanted to
wanted to
just do
just
the
do the
whole
whole
finishing
finishing
on
on
Friday.
Friday,
So I
so I
had to
had to
just
just
hold
hold
it.
it.
Immediately
Immediately
price
price
got
go
to
to
the
the
entry
entry
peaks.
peaks,
They
they
had to
had to
just
just
what
what
remove
remove
the
the
risks
risks
and
and
place
place
what
what
and
and
make
make
it
it a what
a
a
risk free
risk-free
trade.
trade.
Although I
Although
was
I
not
was not
able
able
to
to
drop
drop
this
this
trade
trade
in
in
the
the
community,
community,
I
I
could
could
not
not
share it.
share.
I
I
was
was
able
able
to
to
trade it
trade it
because
because
I was
I
not
was not
able
able
to
to
share
share
it
it
rather.
rather.
I was
I
not
was
able
not
to
able to
share it
share it
because
because
if I
if
had
I had
entered
entered
here,
here,
I
I
would
would
have
have
dropped
dropped
the
the
setup
setup
for
for
traders
traders
here.
here.
But
But
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
There are
There are
some
some
people
people
that
that
whenever
whenever
you
you
drop
drop
trade
trade
signals
signals
for
for
them,
them,
you
you
could
could
tell
tell
them,
them,
this
this
is your
is your
stop
stop
loss,
loss,
risks
risk
so
from
from here
year
to
to
here.
year.
They
They
themselves will
themselves will
now
now
still
still
give
give
themselves
themselves
another
another
stop
stop
loss.
loss.
Like
Like
some
some
persons
persons
don't
don't
know
know
how
how
to
to
manage don't
don't
know how
know how
to
to
manage
manage
trades.
trades.
They
They
tend
tend
to
to
uh, risk
risk
way
way
more
more
than
than there's
risk
risk
too
too
much
much
on a particular trade, on a particular setup, on a particular setup idea,
on
on
a
a particular
particular
trade
trade
idea,
idea
which
which
you
you
give
give
to
to
them.
them.
So
So
I
I
might
might
say,
say,
okay,
okay,
enter
enter
this
this
trade at
trade
this
at this
particular
particular
point.
point.
Put your
Put your
stop loss
stop
at
loss
this
at this
point
point
here.
here.
I
I
put your
put your
stop
stop
loss
loss
at
at
this
this
level
level
here.
here.
I
I
might say
might say
something
something
like
like
this
this
now.
now.
Enter
Enter
here.
here.
Let's say I
I
drop the
drop the
signal.
signal.
I
I
say
say
enter
enter
here.
here.
Enter at
Enter at
this
this
point
point
here.
here.
Make
Make
sure
sure
your
your
stop
stop
loss
loss
is
is
here.
here.
There are
There are
some
some
persons,
persons,
trust me,
trust
there
me,
are
there are
some
some
persons
persons
that
that
will
will
enter
enter
here
here
and
and
carry
carry
their
their
stop
stop
loss
loss
and
and
put
put
here.
here.
So
So
there are
there
some
are some
persons
persons
that
that
trade
trade
this
this
way.
way.
I
I
actually
actually
don't
don't
know
know
why.
why.
They
They
tend
tend
to
to
always
always
have
have
another
another
risk
risk
inside
inside
your
your
own
own
risks.
risks.
So
So
most of
most
the
of the
times
times
I
I
tend to
tend
be
to be
very,
very,
very
very
calculative
calculative when
whenever
whenever
I
I
want
want
to
to
like
like
drop
drop
signals,
signals
because
because you know
you have
you
to
have to
consider
consider
some
some
degenerates
degenerates
out there.
out there.
So
So
this
this
is
is
it
it
here.
here.
So we
So we
have
have
another
other
block
block
respected
respected
here.
here.
And
And
also, if
also
you
if you
had
had
missed
missed
this
this
particular
particular
other
other
block
block
entry,
entry,
let me just
this
if you
if you
had
had
missed
missed
this,
this,
this
this
was
was
another
another
opportunity
opportunity
for you
for you
to
to
enter,
enter,
which is
which is
another
another
opportunity
opportunity
here.
here.
This
This
is
is
also
also
what
what
an
an
order
order
block,
block, a
a bullish
bullish
order
order
block. If
block.
you
If you
see
say
price,
price, a bullish
order
order
block that
block that
has
has
what
what
a
a
fair
fair
valuation
valuation
gap.
gap.
Where
Where
is
is
the
the
target?
target?
The
The
target
target
is
is
still
still
here.
here.
So
So
even
even
if you
if you
had
had
missed
missed
what,
what,
even
even
if you
if you
had
had
missed
missed
the
the
sweet
sweet
entry
entry
at
at
this
this
particular
particular
point
point
here,
here,
some
some
persons
persons
were
were
stupid
skilled
enough to
enough to
enter
enter
here.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
have
have
some
some
friends
friends
that
that
were
are
able
able
to
to
use
use
this.
this.
Me,
I
I
mean,
was
I
not
was not
confident
confident
enough.
enough.
I
I
could
could
not
not
trust
trust
this
this
because
because
I
I
needed
needed
more
more
confirmation. I
confirmation. I
needed
needed
a
a
proper
proper
structure
structure
that
that
I need
I
to
need to
see
see
that
that
I'll be
I'll
able
be
to
able to
like
like it.
I'll be
I'll
able
be
to
able to
see
see
and
and
I'll be
I'll be
comfortable
comfortable
to
to
know
know
where
where
to
to
place
place
my
my
stop.
stop.
So
So
if I
if
had
I'd
entered
enter
at
at
this
this
point
point
here
here
because I
because I
want
want
to
to
make
make good
profit. I
profit.
want
I
to
want to
make
make
good
good
profit.
profit.
I may
I
not
may
be
not be
confident
confident
enough
enough
on
on
where
where
to
to
place
place
my
my
stop
stop
loss.
loss.
So
So
I
I needed
needed something
something
that
that
will
would
give
give
me.
me.
I
I
needed
needed
my
my
system.
system.
I
I
needed
needed
my
my
system
system
to
to
be in
be in
place.
place.
I
I
needed
needed
my
my
system
system
to
to
form.
form.
And
And a
a
good
good system
system,
is
there's
examples
examples
of
of
a
a
good
good
system.
system.
Whenever
Whenever
you
you
have a
have a
good
good
system,
system,
examples
examples
of
of
a
a
good
good
system
system
is
is
it's
it's
going
going
to
to
give
give
you
you
where
where
to
to
enter.
enter,
It's
it's
going to
going to
give
give
you
you
where
where
to
to
place a
place a
stop
stop
loss.
loss.
A
Your
good
good
system
system
must
must
always
always
give
give
you
you
where
where
to
to
take
take
profits. A
profits. A
good
good
system
system
must
must
always
always
give
give
you
you
when
when
to
to
close
close
a
a
trade,
trade,
when
when
to
to
exit
exit
a
a
trade.
trade.
So
So
I
I
made
made
mention
mention
of
of
four
four
things,
things,
right? A
right? A
good
good
system. If
system.
you
If
have
you
a
have a
good
good
trading
trading
system,
system,
it
it
must
must
give you,
give you,
it
it
must
must
tell,
tell,
it
it
must
must
give
give
you
you
when
when
to
to
what
what
enter
enter
a
a
trade,
trade,
when
when
to
to
what,
what,
when
when
to
to
where
where
to
to
take
take
to
to
place
place
stop
stop
loss,
loss,
where to
where to
place a
place a
stop
stop
loss,
loss,
when
when
to
to
take
take
profits,
profits,
and
and
when
when
to
to
exit
exit
a
a
trade.
trade.
When I
When I
mean
mean
exit
exit
means
means
that
that
your
your
system
system
must be
must be
able
able
to
to
at
at
least
least
let you
let you
know
know
when a
when a
particular
particular
trade
trade
is
is
not
not
going
going
to
to
work.
work.
So
So that's
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 Uh,
Uh,
that's
that's
the
the
concept
concept
of
of
when
when
a
of a
good
good
trading
trading
system.
system. When you have a good trading system,
So I
so I
needed
needed
this
this
to
to
be in
be in
place.
place.
So
So
I
I
saw
saw
this,
this,
which
which
was
was
this,
this,
but
but
I
I
did
did
not
not
catch
catch
this.
this.
How
How
to
to
use
use
what
what
this
this
other
other
block
block
here.
here.
So
So
even
even
if you
if you
had
had
missed
missed
this,
this,
this
this
could
could
have
have
served
served
as
as
another
another
opportunity
opportunity
again
again
as
as
well. I've
well. I've
taught
taught
this
this
before.
before for
For those that
that
were
were
part
part
of
of
the
the uh,
of my
my
class,
class,
which
which
I
I
did.
did.
I
I
think it
think
was
as a
July.
July.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
very,
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 very
very much
much free.
free.
So
So
for
for
those
those
who
who
understood
understood
this,
this,
this
this
was
was
another
another
example
example
as
as
well.
well.
So
So
whenever
whenever
you
you
see
see
an
an
order
order
block
block
incorporated
incorporated
with
with
what
what
a
a
fair
fair
value
value
gap,
gap,
it is what
it
it
is
is a
a
strong
strong
what
it
it
is
is
a
a strong
strong
um,
um, um,
conference.
conference.
It
It
is
is
a
a
very,
very,
very
very
strong
strong
conference.
conference.
So
So
we
we
have
have
this to
this to
this,
this,
the
the
gap
gap
here,
here,
and
and
also
also
what
what
incorporated
incorporated
with what
with
this
this
other
other
block.
block.
How
How
would
would
you
you
know
know
this
this
other
other
block is
block is
going
going
to
to
hold?
hold?
You
You
pay
pay
attention
attention
to
to
this.
this.
Drawing
Drawing
your
your
Fibonacci
Fibonacci
level
level
um, from
from
year
year
to
to
year.
year.
You could
You could
see
see
for a
for a
solid
solid a
a solid
solid
order
order
block,
block,
a
a
bully.
bullish,
In
in
this
this
particular
particular
case,
case,
it
it
is a
is a
bullish
bullish
order
order
block
block
since
since
it's to
it's
the
to the
upside.
upside.
It
It
is
is
a
a
bullish
bullish
order
order
block.
block.
It
It
must
must
respect
respect,
at
at
least
least
it
it
must
must
respect
respect
what
what
the
the
midpoint
midpoint
of
of
it,
it,
the
the
consequent
consequent
encroachment
encroachment
level
level of what
of
of
that
that
order
other
block. It
block. It
must be
must
respected.
respect it.
It
It
must what? It
it
must be
must respect
respected.
it.
So you
So
could
you could
see
see
traded
traded
into what? Into
into
this
this
particular
particular
level
level
here.
here.
If I
If I
had
had
used
used
this,
this,
okay,
okay,
see
see
this,
this,
yeah,
yeah,
traded
traded
into what? Into
into
this
this
particular
particular
level
level
here,
here,
the
the
upper
upper
quadrant
quadrant
of
of
this
this
particular
particular
level
level
here,
here,
and
and
then
then
rejected. You
rejected.
could
You can
see
see
the
the
strength
strength
at
at
which
which
it
it
rejected
rejected away from what,
away from this fair
away from the
gap
gap,
and
and
also
also
from the
from the
OB
OB
or the
or the
other
other
block,
block,
and
and
then
then
started
started
what
what
trading
trading
was
was
away
away
from
from
it.
it.
Where
Where
could
could
have
have
served
served
as
as
another
another
opportunity
opportunity
as
as
well.
well
So
to
we
we
also
also
have
have
what
what
these
these
gaps
gaps
here,
here,
and
and
also
also
we
we
also
also
have
have
what
what
this
this
fair
fair
value
value
gap,
gap,
fair
fair
valuation
valuation
gap.
gap.
And
And
also,
also,
it is
it is
also
also
still
still
possible
possible
for you
for
to
you to
find
find
opportunities
opportunities
that
that
at
at
what
what for
using
using
the
the
5
5
minutes
minutes
time
time
frame
frame
chart or
chart or
even
even
a
a
1 minute
1 minute
time
time
frame
frame
chart.
chart.
But
But
for this
for this
particular, I
particular, I
think I
think I
used
used
the
the
15
15
minutes
minutes
with the
with the
idea
idea
of
of
the
the daily
daily time
time
frame
frame
chart
chart
still
still
being
being
respected.
respected.
I was
I was
able
able
to
to
what
what
ride
ride
on
on
with
with
this
this
particular
particular
trade to
trade to
get
get
to
to
this
this
particular
particular
level
level
here.
here.
So
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 that's
that's
that.
that.
So
So
moving
moving
on
on
to
to
next
next
week,
week.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
We are
We are
still
still
very,
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 very
very
much
much
bullish.
bullish.
We are
We are
still
still
very,
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 very
very
much
much
bullish,
bullish,
except
except
price
price
tend
tend
to
to
what
what
prove
prove
otherwise.
otherwise.
So
So
I
I
think
think
we
we
need
need
to
to
wait
wait
till
till
Sunday
Sunday
or
or
Monday
Monday
after
after the
market
market
open
open
for
for
this
this
particular
particular
pair.
pair.
After the
After the
market
market
open,
open,
then
then could I
expect me
expect
to
me to
drop
drop
a
a
market
market
review
review
or
or
idea
idea
of
or
what I
what
would
I'd
like
like
to
to
see
say
moving
moving
forward.
forward.
So
So
this is
this is
just
just
that.
that.
I
I
hope
hope
some
some
persons are
persons are
able
able
to
to
um, get
get
some
some
things
things
very,
very,
very
very
clear.
clear.
And
And
also,
also,
if you
if you
don't
don't
understand how
understand
I
how I
got
got
this
this
level,
level,
the
the
new
new
opening
opening
gap, the
gap,
gap,
uh,
the
the
daily
daily
volume
volume
imbalance,
imbalance,
make
make
sure you
sure you
go
go
back
back
to the
to the
previous
previous
video I
video I
dropped
dropped
before
before
this
this
on
on
E-mini
E-mini
Nasdaq,
Nasdaq,
on E-mini Nasdaq to
to
get a
get a
better
better
understanding
understanding
of
of
it.
it.
So
So
thank you
thank you
very,
very,
very
very
much.
much.
See you
See you
next
next
time.
time.